Hello, lovely people. I am back with another American versus British food video, and I have coaxed the resident Brit to return with me to talk about a topic that I love, baked goods. And we're going to focus on the ones that sound like they should be the same in both British and American culture, but which are manifestly different. Before we do, I want to remind you to click the bell next to the subscribe button so that you are notified each time a new video drops. Okay, I would like to start with one category called scones.
Or scones.
What was that again?
Scones.
Scones.
I actually don't pronounce it that way. It's pronounced both ways in the UK. Although I think I instinctively normally tend to say scones.
I have an American scone with me today, which I have not shown Mark. He does not know what an American scone looks like. Somehow...
I might do, I'm not sure.
Yeah, somehow I think he's probably seen them in cafes and not really registered them. Would you like to see an American scone?
Oh, Nicole, I would love to see an American scone.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The mystery bag. Mark, here is an American scone.
Yes, I see. Okay, so are you going to have some?
No, you're going to try it.
Okay.
It's a blueberry scone. This is the most quintessential scone you might get at like a Starbucks, which is where I got this.
Why do we even have to make it say that?
Because it's become this sort of standard breakfast pastry that, Americans like to eat on the go.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get through the skin disease first.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Okay. For anybody who's not familiar with an American scone, I don't know if I'm probably, this is where it's in focus. Does he need a cup of tea?
I need a cup of tea with this.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, good to hear.
I have had one of these. And it's nothing like our scone.
A British scone is actually almost identical in its ingredients to an American biscuit. What we think of as like biscuits and gravy is what the British people think of as a scone.
Okay, we've got layers upon layers here. We need to just sort of decouple a couple of things.
I'm blowing his mind right now. Go on.
So, wait, okay, so now a biscuit for you is not a biscuit for me.
No.
Her biscuit, I don't know what that is. I have had it. I still don't know what it is. It's not my bag. I want to be polite. It's not my favorite. But biscuits for us don't mean anything like that. Our biscuits are your cookies.
Correct.
Just to be clear.
Okay. Now, I find this very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. He does not like American biscuits. Do you like British scones?
I'm sort of scone agnostic. I mean, they're fine. I mean, I remember maybe sort of having them at my nan's, and we've had them in Devon. I mean, we've had proper beautiful scones, clotted cream jam.
Yes. So there's an area of England called Devon, which is sort of a beautiful green countryside, and they're known for their scones and their clotted cream and their jam, and you have that with tea. I find it very interesting that they are very similar in their ingredient list to the American biscuit, which he adamantly does not like.
Our scones are like your biscuits.
Yes, if you look at a recipe, they are very
Are
similar.
your scones like your biscuits?
Our American scones are not like our biscuits.
Oh dear.
They're much sweeter.
Yeah.
This is like...
It's denser.
Yeah, like a dense muffin or something.
Sort of a reconstituted muffin in a way.
Yes. I am not a fan of American scones in a big way. Yeah. Next, I'd like to talk about crumpets.
Oh, madam.
Okay. I think all Americans, when we think of quintessentially British foods, we think tea and crumpets, right?
Oh, okay.
I think I always pictured an English muffin. Now I'm cracking open like a big
boy.
Pandora's box here. So crumpets are not English muffins. And English muffins are not anything that you would ever find in England.
They are not anything English
No.
related.
The American invention of the English muffin was inspired by the crumpet. They are two forms of bread that are sort of baked on a flat skillet, rather than like a loaf of bread that gets put in the oven.
Was the English muffin an approximation of...
Yes, I think it was intending to be a crumpet, but the texture is
It's
completely
night
different.
and day difference.
Crumpet is like a sponge. It's like a sponge texture. It's full of little holes. I actually make crumpets.
Yeah, and I have to say, Nicole does make genuinely the most incredible crumpets. And
I paid him to say that, by the way.
no. I mean, they're sublime and better than anything I had growing up as a child. And we would grow up with these crumpets and slather them in melted butter.
Well, that's the thing. They are sponges
Yes.
for butter. That's like really just like their existence is to absorb as much butter as possible. And it does absorb it. It's not like an English muffin where you kind of spread the butter over the top and it kind of sits there. It like kind of soaks down into this sort of spongy bread, which I make at home because it's a great use of a sourdough discard. So we make sourdough crumpets regularly.
You're an incredible rare breed of baker who even makes them. So it's
Yeah,
just,
they're
it's
not
such a
traditionally made at home anymore. They are something that now English people go out and they buy. So yes, it is a rarely made home baked item.
Yeah, but if you find something, or if you're in a restaurant or anywhere that is actually making them, do try them, because it could be quite a wonderful experience.
Yeah. Let's talk pie.
Let's talk pie.
The first pie that comes to mind is...
For me, a shepherd's pie.
I think apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Apple pie.
Yeah, so your mind immediately goes to sweet pies.
Yes.
And if you say pie in America, do people ever think of savory pies? No?
No.
What are the American savory pies? There's
pies.
no culture of savory pies.
A pizza pie?
Pizza pie. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah. So I think of shepherd's pie, which, if you're not familiar with a shepherd's pie, it's a
casserole.
Well, the top is it's sort of, you know, that sort of nice crispy baked potato, sort of mashed potato on top. And specifically with a shepherd's pie, the filling would be lamb. A cottage pie would be beef. Then there's steak and kidney pie, which is...
Wait, don't go too fast.
I'm sorry.
Cottage pie and the shepherd's pie are both essentially casseroles, layers of potato and meat and no crust at all.
Correct, yes.
Called
I believe
a pie.
so.
I don't know why it's called a pie. Don't think you know why it's called a pie.
I didn't call it a pie. I mean, I called it a pie, but I didn't come up with the name to call it a pie.
Fair enough.
I'm not responsible for this nomenclature.
But there is a great tradition of British pies that do come in a pastry crust.
Yes, crust. Well done.
Take it away.
There's steak and kidney pie, which I mean, there's actually kidneys in it. I mean, in a traditional in a recipe, which, I mean, it's steak, onions, kidney, but it's not my thing. It's a bit sort of, you know, hardcore meaty.
But isn't that like the one that was traditionally served to school children?
Oh, yes,
Steak
school dinners.
and kidney pies.
Yes, our school dinners, which we call dinners, but are actually lunches. And you have school dinner ladies. I'm not sure if you can even say dinner ladies anymore. Dinner people. School lunch people. Steak and kidney pie was an absolute staple of school lunches, as was, oh God, just even thinking about it, like liver and onions.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that?
Oh my God.
That's so Dickensian, isn't it?
Yes. Can you imagine? Like, I can't imagine us sending our 7-year-old to school and say, "Oh yeah, order the steak and kidney pie.
But I like
for
to think of
lunch.
myself as a survivor, not a victim, Nicole. So I've worked through it and I continue
Well
to work
done.
through it. So yeah, it gets very meaty quite quickly.
Very organy, really, kidneys.
I mean, we're going to Scotland school soon. I mean, we're going to be...
I'm not doing haggis.
You're not going to taste haggis?
Oh, I am not. I've done haggis a long time ago. That's all. You do it once and you never do it
The
again.
last time we were in Scotland, Nicole tried woodcock.
Specifically the brain.
Woodcock brain.
That was at a really fancy restaurant, actually.
Yeah. Did you
can
like
blame
it?
him. It's chalky.
Okay.
Don't recommend it. What I do recommend, though, is a good pie. Not a steak and kidney pie, but like a good, like braised beef pie, braised lamb.
Yeah.
I've had some really nice pies in the UK, and they're traditionally served on a bed of mash, so it's pie and mash. Ooh, lovely, like buttery parsley sauce.
Yeah, and they call it a parsley liquor.
Oh,
It's not alcoholic. It's just like that,
Yeah.
that buttery parsley sauce.
Yeah.
And in fact, you still find these traditional, pie and mash shops, as they're called. You get your big dollop of mashed potato on the side,
Yeah.
and there's even, a friend of ours in Philly who runs a place as a pie and mash shop, which is superb.
Shout out to Stargazy.
Yeah.
But of course, that pastry crust is not a sweet crust. It is a savory pastry crust. And we make pies with sweet pastry. Conventionally, pies like, fruit fillings like apple, right, being that quintessential American pie.
Or quintessentially English pie, depending on whether you're English or American.
That's true. They love their apples over there.
Yeah, it's weird. We have apples too.
But we do have some pies that you don't traditionally have. I'm thinking about that quintessentially Thanksgiving pie. Do you have any memories of your first pumpkin pie?
Oh, strictly in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that. I mean, I'm sure, you can probably find it in the UK.
Yeah, but it's rare.
Yeah,
what
it's
did you
not
think?
common. Oh, I'm in. Yeah, no, I signed up for the newsletter. I quite liked it. Yeah. Bit of squirty cream on top.
Okay.
Do you call it that?
He needs whipped cream that comes in like the aerosol can.
Comes in a can. But that's interesting insofar as, just like with the sandwiches, there is this whole tradition of sweet pies here
Yeah.
to a much greater extent than there is in the UK, and this tradition of savoury pies, just like the savoury sandwiches versus the sweet American sandwiches.
By the way, if you haven't seen our UK versus US sandwich video, Mark made his debut there. Did so well, I asked him back for this one.
Can't believe I got roped into this twice.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and we will see you
Oh boy.
again soon. Bye, guys.